They put up rules. I've never seen rules like you had to have 65% of the vote in order to run, you know, little things like that. His candidacy has inspired millions and millions of Americans, raised critical issues that have been too long ignored in this country, and brought together people from across the political spectrum in a positive campaign grounded in the American values of his father, Robert Kennedy, a great man, and his uncle, President John F. Kennedy. And I know that they are looking down right now, and they are very, very proud of Bobby. I'm proud of Bobby. You want to know the truth? And I don't think I've ever introduced anyone that got applause like he just got. I must tell you, I don't think I got applause like that. Amazing.
Yeah, I don't think the people realize how this momentum is gonna change, man. Trump is a winner. Trump just changed, you know, people throw curveballs at him and he just managed to change things around, managed to just get back on, you know, on track. He's crazy. He's such an American hero.
Oh. Amazing.
Damn, Bobby.
Soon after I can't even believe I have to say this, nearly assassinated in Pennsylvania last month, Bobby called me to express his best wishes. He knows firsthand the risks incurred by leaders who stand up to the corrupt political establishment. When you stand up, you bring on some trouble for yourself, but you have to do what's right. You have to do what's right for the country. I will tell you, we are both in this to do what's right for the country. That's one thing I can tell you.
Let's go. That's what matters. That's what matters.
He lost his father and uncle in service to our country, and Bobby himself was subject to repeated threats to his safety during the course of his campaign while being denied protection by the Harris-Biden administration.
That is so wrong.
And this is a tribute in honor of Bobby. I am announcing tonight that upon my election, I will establish a new independent presidential commission on assassination attempts.
That's very good.
And they will.
This is perfect because Bobby's completely independent, right? And I would love to, there's a couple Republicans that are just bad apple. I would love to have them arrested as well. Folks, we have to clean that house. We have to clean house. And some Republicans have to go. They have to go. And some of those Republicans, they might be our favorites. But they have to go, folks. We cannot keep having these kind of things going on in our country.
Will be tasked with releasing all of the remaining documents pertaining to the assassination of President John F. Kennedy.
There we go.
And they will also conduct a rigorous review of the attack last month. But I tell you, I have never had more people ask me, please, sir, release the documents on the Kennedy assassination. And we're going to do that. And I also want to salute Bobby's decades of work as an advocate for the health of our families and our children. Nobody's done more.
Yeah, he's being on top of that.
Millions and millions of Americans who want clean air, clean water, and a healthy nation have concerns about toxins in our environment and pesticides in our food. That's why today I'm repeating my pledge to establish a panel of top experts working with Bobby to investigate what is causing the decades-long increase in chronic health problems and childhood
Damn, this is crazy, bro.
diseases, including autoimmune disorders, autism, obesity, infertility, and many more. We want every
And low testosterone.
child in America to grow up and to live a long and healthy life. So I just want to ask Bobby to speak for a little while. I'll stand aside. I'm going to stand aside. But I can only tell you, I've known him a long time. We've been a little bit on the opposite side of the equation, but I will say this, he is a brilliant, I still think of him as young. He's not that young. I always call him young, but he's not that young. But he is a phenomenal person, a phenomenal man who loves the people.
Yeah, he take care of himself. That's where, look at him. He there's some videos of him just lifting weights and stuff like that. He look ripped. You know, he takes care of himself very well.
Of this country as much as anybody can love the people of this country. So, Bobby, please say a few words. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, President Trump.
Wow.
Thank you. A few hours after the assassination attempt at Butler, I got a call from a safe food advocate named Kelly Means, who's been fighting for many years to try to end the corruption at CDC and FDA and USDA.
Yeah, they're full of it.
And these institutions.
At Wisconsin Virtual Academy.
I got a call from the president, and we talked. We had a very good talk. And then he invited me to come see him the next day, and I went to Minneapolis and saw him. We met again a couple of weeks later in Florida, and we talked about, not about the things that separate us because we don't agree on everything, but on the values and the issues that bind us together. And one of the issues that he talked about was having safe food and ending the chronic disease epidemic. Our children are now the unhealthiest, sickest children in the world. Don't you want healthy children? And don't you want the chemicals out of our food? And don't you want the regulatory agencies to be free from corporate corruption?
Yep.
And that's what President Trump told me that he wanted. He also told me that he wanted to end the grip of the neocons on U.S. foreign policy.
Yeah. They love neocons. They love wars, man. They love, when it comes down to conflicts, they love war because it's a lot of money they move there, right? For the military equipment and all that stuff. So they love it. And that's the all avant-garde. This is what happens when you go through politics and you go through a lot of time of peace. People get comfortable, and then that's when the devil start attacking. This one, the first person I'm thinking right now is Mitch McConnell. Mitch McConnell looks like a rotten, demonic politician, man. I mean, it got this asking for receipt. God is asking for time now. When he had that stroke, I'm not wishing that on him, but when he had that stroke, it was simply God telling him, like, okay, bro, this is enough. You're not listening to what I'm saying. This is enough. I'm gonna embarrass you. That's how I see it. But all the old avant-garde of Republicans, man, they're just spineless weaklings. The neocons.
He said he didn't want any more $200 billion wars in Ukraine, that we could use that money back here in the United States. And the best way to build a safe America is to rebuild our industrial base and rebuild the middle class in this country.
Yeah, we have to. It's hard, folks.
And don't you want a president who's going to get us out of the wars and who's going to rebuild the middle class in this country? And he told me that he wanted to end the censorship because the whole basis of American democracy is the free flow of information. And we know that a government that can silence its opponents has license for any kind of atrocity.
Authoritarian.
And can you think of any time that you can look back in history and say that the people who were censoring were the good guys? They're always the bad guys, because it's always the first step down that slippery slope to totalitarianism. And don't you want a president who's going to protect America's freedoms? And who is going to protect us against totalitarianism? And I want to ask you again, don't you want a safe environment for your children? Don't you want to know that the food that you're feeding them is not filled with chemicals that are going to give them cancer and chronic disease?
Yeah. And there's so much cancer. You know what's crazy? I was reading some stats about even 1950s and 40s. Do you know that diabetes was a very uncommon disease? So it existed, but you will only find very few people with diabetes. All of a sudden, man, you look left and right, everybody has diabetes. High blood pressure, cholesterol, like, damn, maybe we didn't have the technology, but a lot of fat people. There's so much here in Wisconsin where I live. So many fat people. It's insane how many fat people are around here.
And don't you want a president that's going to make America healthy again? Thank you all very, very much, and God bless you, and God bless America.
Very good, very job. It's just the videos. I don't know what the hell's wrong with these videos, but it was kind of laggy. Well, nice job. I mean, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I'll see you in the next one.